find in like Springer Nature Journal. Then we'll go for Elsevier, and we'll try for Taylor and Francis, right? All these journals are having, means all the journals which are published by Springer Nature, Elsevier, or Taylor and Francis, all are having same procedure to submit research paper. Most of the all the procedures are same, right? Few are going to be changed as per the journal requirement, right? So let's see in detail one of these, right? So first I will going to discuss about, let's start with Springer Nature, right? So if you have a research paper, then first start with journal finder of Springer Nature, right? So remember one thing, as I am aware that I want to publish this research paper in Springer Nature, right? Then what you can do, you can search first of all, right? Like first we are searching in Springer Nature, right? Yesterday we have gone through in detail about how to use this journal finder, right? For each and every, somewhere it is journal suggester, somewhere it is journal finder, right? So it depends on the platform which one you are going to use, right? So before submitting your research paper, right, I suggest everyone to write down, or if you want, then you can write down these things, right? Remember one thing, your name, right? Author name, whatever name you are using, right? For example, I have one sample over here, right? You can see. I hope everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this paper is already published, so I will not going to submit this, right? So the last step, that is submission, that I will not going to perform. But remaining step, right? That I will going to perform, right? The last step is nothing but only you need to click on submit button. That we will not going to do because this one is already published paper, right? So I am not able to submit this anywhere, right? Again, now here you can see how I am writing my name, right? So here you can see it is written Jitendra Panchal, simple, right? If you want, you can write down your whole name also. There is no problem, right? But remember one thing, the way you are writing your name in the first paper, that keep as it is for the entire research papers, right? Whatever number of research paper you are going to publish, right, keep your name same, right? Now remember one thing, you have to keep one, your original, or you can say primary email id with you, right? Primary email id, always keep this email id in each and every paper, right? What is the reason behind this? Let me tell you. Because Scopus database as well as Web of Science or other databases, they are fetching your research paper through this email ID only, right? Sometimes they are trying through your name, and sometimes they use your ORCID ID. Tomorrow we'll going through that ORCID ID, right? How to create ORCID ID and what is all these things. We are going to see that tomorrow, right? So remember one thing, generally your database will going to fetch your research paper based on your name, right? Second, most important is email id. So keep your primary email id in each and every research paper, where whenever you are going to publish your research paper, right? Whether it is a conference proceeding, book chapter, book, or any review article, or any letter you are submitting, or any comments you are submitting, or original research article if you are submitting, then keep your primary email id in each and every that submission, right? Use your primary email id for submission. Clear, right? Second, you can keep your institute email id, there is no problem, but try to keep your primary email id with you, right? That is your personal one. Why? Because maybe if you are going, or if you are going to change your institute, then definitely your email id will not remain with you, right? It will going to be changed. Understood now? So primary email id, that is your personal one, remains with you for all the time, right? So that's why in correspondence, if you are having corresponding author, then keep your primary email ID, or you can use institute email ID, both at the same time, right? You can mention both the things. Now here you can see, as I have mentioned over here, my department, institute name and university name over here, right? Not only this one, you can add other affiliation also, right? So for example, those who have graduated from IIT and everyone, right? And if they wish that that institute also received credit for my publication, then they can also add one more affiliation over here, right? So simply what they need to do, instead of one, they can make 1, 2. Now you need to specify detail about 2, right? Below this, start writing about second affiliation, right? Just like the first one. Clear? Any doubt? Yes. Is there any doubt up to this?
No, sir.
Hope this one is clear, right? Now, nowadays, because what happened, nowadays, many faculty, students, they are facing problem issues regarding this. Means they have already published research paper in Scopus, and but in Scopus profile, they are unable to see their research paper. It is it is in their name, but unable to fetch in the same account, right? So they need to do request and long procedure to receive that individual research paper in their account, right? So to avoid all these problem, I have suggested few things over here that you can keep in your mind when while you are submitting your research paper. Clear? Any doubt in this?
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
you said you can have your personal email ID and institution email ID.
Yes, ma'am.
Institution email ID, if it is a government job, it is fine. If it is a
Mm-hmm.
private job, if we keep changing our organization, say 2 years, 3 years or so,
Mm-hmm.
so that time, how is that we cope up with that, sir?
No problem. Your personal email ID is there. If
Okay.
you means suppose in any case if you change your institute, then definitely your email ID will going to be changed. So second one, that is your institute email ID, now you can change that one. So because of your personal email ID, it will again going to be fetch in your account. There is no problem. Okay, even affiliation will going to be changed, there is no worry, because of your personal detail is already there, so it will going to fetch accordingly. Am I clear to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. So now, as you can see, this is my research paper and I told you the basic one. Now let's start with the abstract, right? Let me try to find out journal for this abstract, right? So generally what you need to do, you need to take abstract and paste it in a journal finder, right? Now, most of the this Springer Nature journal, right, whatever listed over here, all these journals are having what you can say. All the journals are having same procedure for submitting, right? Hardly 1 or 2% will going to be changed, but rest of the procedure remains as it is, right? There is no change in submission process for all these journals for Springer Nature, as well as if you are going for publication in elsewhere, then again it remains same, right? Hardly 1 or 2 document additionally you need to provide, otherwise it's okay, right? And same for Taylor and Francis, right? So let's try to submit, right? So first of all, what you need to do, you need to analyze in which journal you want to publish, right? See the publication charges and all these things, number of days for publication, and so on, so on, so on, right? And once it is done, then you can start with the publication, right? Let me select this one, right? So now I am landed over here, the journal page, right? And here you can clearly see that submit your manuscript, right? So what you can do, just click on this. Now, when you click on this, you will redirect to this, right? So now there are 3 options. You can use your email ID to submit this research paper, or right now, whatever platform you are using, in that platform, if you have signed in into Google account, then you can directly use that one, right? And the second one, your ORCID ID, right? So we'll see how to do this. right? Now let me start with the submission process, right? Let me take any email ID, right? So now, first, I am not going to use continue with the Google account and ORCID ID. Let's start with the simple one, that is using email ID. Okay, I have already registered in this, so let me take another kind of research email ID. Now here you can see registration process will begin with this email ID, right? So what you need to do, you need to provide your basic detail, that is first name and then family name, password as you want. You can start with your password. Keep your password so easy so that you can remember all these things, right? And then agree and I want to register for this, right? Now send, complete with your registration. Now they will send you one link through which you can do your means you can just verify your email ID. So once you click on that, you will redirect to the basic profile one, right? So I have already registered, right? So I will going through that registration process. I will going to use that email ID, right? So let's come back. Instead of this, let me use this one, right? Then you need to do means you need to enter password. Click on this. Once you click on this, you will come up over here, right? Select article type. Start your submission, right? So before starting your submission, right, please go through the guideline given by the journal, right? So here, all the guidelines are given, right? So please go through all the guidelines, right? How font size, how to write down title, abstract, and everything is given, right? So here you can see everything is given, right? Otherwise, they will provide you LaTeX template in which you can complete your LaTeX submission. Even text is also given, that is Word file, right? LaTeX template is given over here, right? You can download all these things and write down your LaTeX file. And once it is completed, submit your entire file, right? Because this LaTeX contains many different uh, files. So instead of just submitting PDF format right now, right, you can submit all the required files. Clear to everyone, right? So you can read this entire submission process, right? Now, means there are many portfolio or detail are given. So now you can understand what is the role of corresponding author, right? So corresponding author need to go through entire details first of all, pre-screening and preview, author tool to prepare, graphical abstract, title page, all these things that fellow need to read first of all. And then if it is not available, that fellow will going to convert or whatever data available, that fellow will going to apply whatever changes required from this list. And then he will start or that fellow will going to start with the submission process. Clear? Understood now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
I am I audible to you? Okay. So next is we are going to start with the submission one, right? So here you can see start a new submission by choosing an article type. So here when you click on this, so there are four choices are given. So comment if you want to provide comment on any research paper that you feel that this research paper must include this kind of things, then you can provide comment, right? Research, that is original research article, then review article you can submit, or any editorial article, or any if you are want to publish any book, then you can submit that or editorial details over here, right? Now let's start with the research, means research article. So once you select this, go with start submission process. So now, once you click on that, you will be over here, right? Again, manuscript submission file. Again, here guideline is given for journal, right? Same guideline. You need to follow this for manuscript submission. The remaining details are given over here. So you need to include all these things, right? Means many of the journals are means they are accepting word file also. There is no problem, right? So you can use that word file also, but you need to just provide the whatever detail your research paper contain, you need to provide in that format only, right? So now after this, once you have this, you can see the instruction, right? So it's best if your manuscript include all the figures, text, and every detail in the one single file, right? So if possible, provide all the details in one single file, right? Now next is given over here, upload your manuscript in editable format for peer reviewed, right? So you need to do only one time submission for peer reviewed, right? So this will be either in Word document, right? With full figures, tables, and all the details. Otherwise, you need to provide LaTeX documents with figures and all the table in the zip format, so that later on they can edit all these things, right? As per their peer review process, right? So now here, as I have Word document, I will directly going to submit over here. If you have LaTeX format, you can submit that also, right? So this is my original file. So I will going to start with this one. It will take time, right? Because whatever detail you have mentioned, right, during this upload process, it will going to separate all the details, and later on the here you can see on the top file details are files given, then details and author, right? So later on, most of the detail will be fetched by this platform for author and manuscript and other details, right? We'll see again once we go beyond this. We'll see, right? So this file is now uploading completely, right? Now go for the next one. Now, as my file contain all the details, I will not going to upload any file in this, right? See, upload figures and tables. I have not, means my file contain each and every details, figures, table in the same file. So no need to do for anything new over here. Similarly, for supplementary material, no need to do anything over here, and related file, right? Simply click on next. Now you can see details. Next, we move from file to detail. Now here you can see first option is given, that is collection. It is optional if you want to publish your research paper in any particular collection, then you can select over here. Otherwise, keep it as it is. Don't worry. Right now, next is topic. So as my topic contains means here, according to your research paper, topics are given, right? So you need to select the best one, right? So here, let me take compartmental model. Okay. Now here you can see, as I told you previously in file section, that when you while you uploading your Word file, it will fetch few details. So here you can see title is fetched by automatically from that file. Even abstract is fetched by that file only. Are you able to see? Right now here special character and all that kind of things, right? Special character symbol, that will not uploaded over here, right? So in that case you need to edit this, right? Just a minute, let me show you over here. Okay, my means my file is not containing any special character or symbol over here, so that's why it's okay, right? But yes, just verify your abstract once it is over here, right? If it is not fetched properly, then whatever symbol character is not available over here, you can manually edit, right? No problem in that. Clear to everyone up to this?
Sir,
Yes,
special
ma'am.
characters are important in the abstract, and if it is important, like minimal, how many we should have?
There is no limitation for this, but yes, abstract has some limitation like 5,000 word and all that kind of things. And special characters like for technological, means engineering and technology, right? Those who are dealing with that kind of things, even in physics, they are using symbols, right, and letters as well as like delta, nebula, and all that kind of symbols. So definitely that kind of symbol will not going to fetch over here by the platform. So manually they need to enter. Clear?
Okay.
Now next is cover letter, right? So here you need to provide cover letter, right? So see how to write down cover letter. So provide a cover letter outlining your research. The cover letter should briefly discuss the content and importance of the submitted work and why it is appropriate for this journal, right? So your cover letter must contain this information, right? Understood now? Your cover letter must include this kind of detail. So let me show you one cover letter over here, right? Now remember one thing, uh, this cover letter will going to be changed as per the requirement of the journal as well as for the discipline, right? So here you can see I have prepared one cover letter, right? Here you can see this cover letter is given, and I have written that, dear editor, the author of the paper acknowledge that this journal is suitable, right? Exhibit the work, right? Due cares has been taken for the well organized and feasible for non-specialized audience as well, right? This paper is very well aligned with all the expectation of the journal. So before submitting your research paper, please go through aim, scope, and expectation of the journals, right? So that you can use this kind of things, right? Looking to the emphasization on quality and diversity, author believes this journal to be feasible for publication their work, right? Hence, we wish to publish our research paper in the said journal, right? And here you can see the detail of the research paper, why it is important, and all these things. Brief introduction is given, right? And then last, you need to confirm that we confirm that this work is original and has not published anywhere, right? And it is it is neither published anywhere nor in it is currently under consideration for publication elsewhere, right? So that kind of thing you need to mention confirmation, you can say, and then provide author detail. And here you can see in author detail I have provided my detail, right? I have used university email id as well, and for correspondence I have used my personal one as well as this the current one, right? And here declaration is given for the rest of the things, that is no conflict of interest and all author have approved the manuscript for submission and have confirmed, right? This is necessary if you have a more than one author, right? If you are the only one, then you can simply declare few things, right? Otherwise, it's okay. If you are not going to include all these things, then no problem. But nowadays, this conflict of interest, right? It is mandatory for all the journals. So most of the time, you will find this in any research paper, in any research, any published research paper, right? So this is the what you can say format for cover letter. You can modify accordingly as per your requirement, right? So this is simple one which I have made as per this suggestions provided over here from the journal, right? So now you can click over here and upload that cover letter, right? Now once it is uploaded, let's go for the next one. Now here affiliation introduction. So by default from the that file, Word file, which we have uploaded with what you can say, which contain our entire document research work, right? In that also we have mentioned about the affiliation. So here by default it is fetched, right? If it is not fetched, then search over here. Like for example, manually you can add. There is no problem. You can manually add this thing. You need to select your country also, right? Institute city, that is you can say, right? And then you can add over here, right? Right now it is already there, so I will not going to do anything with this. Clear, everyone? Otherwise, what I can do, uh, let me add this institute. Okay. So yes, it is added right now, but unable to see here. Yeah, this one is already there. So I think it will not going to take again one more time, right? So next, funding detail, right? It is optional whether you have funding or not. If you want to mention, then you can mention over here, but like funder name, that is funding agency, amount, and all this kind of thing. It is mentioned. If you want, you can mention. Otherwise, it's okay, right? Keep it as it is. Now let's go for author information. So here you can see Jitendra Panchal, my name and all these things is correctly reflected over here or not. You just verify. If it is not, please correct, edit all these things and please correct this thing, right? How to edit? Clear first of all this detail and then add another author. You need to add another author over here, right? That is same like you, right? And once you add this, you can remove this one, right? Remove this author and manually you can add your detail as well, right? So right now, as I am the only one, I will not going to add any other author, right? And yes, here what you can do, if you have other affiliation, you can select over here, otherwise leave it as it is. And now next, funder, right? So what you can do, if you are not having any grant or anything, just click on this no funding, right? We don't have any kind of funding, so click on over here, then go next. Now here you need to mention about the corresponding author details. So once you add all the author over here, just see which one is the corresponding author. So here you can see primary corresponding author. It is already fetched through that file which I have uploaded, right? So here it is this. Otherwise, manually, the rest of the author which you have added over here, when you click on the drop down box, you will see the list and from that you can select, right? Any doubt in this? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay. I hope this is clear to everyone, right? And now next is author contribution statement, right? So maybe it is means what you need to do. You need to provide any statement regarding this that all the author have reviewed and agree to publish this manuscript in the journal, right? That kind of things. Otherwise, options are given over here, right? So you can select any one of these, right? And that kind of thing is also given, right? Or sometimes what happen, you need to provide contribution. Like for example, I am the principal author, so Dr. Jitendra Panchal is a principal author and wrote the main manuscript text and XYZ prepare figure and XYZ done computer programming, XYZ has done what you can say editing and review process, that kind of things, right? So you need to mention name over here and the role. What is the contribution in the development of entire document, right? But as I am the only one, right? So I will going to write down the only simple statement, the author uh, prepared and this simple one, right now. Otherwise in detail you can write down about everything, right? So the author prepared and review the manuscript. Generally what we are doing, we are not going to use we shall, means most of you are aware about that kind of thing, so that's why, right? You can use the author. Now next one is, after once you complete all these things, right, you can go for the next one, publishing policy, right? So first of all, read about this thing regarding immediate gold open access. If you agree to pay APC charges, then what are the charges and all these things. That kind of things you need to read over here. And once you complete your submission process, later on in your account, you will receive one email regarding APC charges if you are agree to publish, right? How to publish, how to submit or how to pay APC charges, that kind of things, right? Total amount and everything. They will send you email in your account, right? Not a separate email. Yeah, notification email will you will receive in your primary email ID, right? Next is here you need to confirm I have read and understood the publishing policy and submit this manuscript in accordance with this policy, right? Next is competing interest policy. So you need to simply declare that there is no, do you have any competing finance or anything interest, right? So just declare no. I declare that the author have no competing interest as defined by Springer and all that kind of things. If yes, then you need to provide the detail, right? So if no, keep it as it is, simple, right? Is this clear to everyone? Next is dual publication. Now, dual publication, what happened? Sometimes people publish their research article over here, and data which are used in that article, they will going to publish in other journal, right? So here, that kind of facility is also given. But as I told you that this manuscript contain everything, right? So I will going to select no, the result data or figure in this manuscript have not been published elsewhere, nor are they are in consideration for publication in any other publishers, right? Understood now? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a query. So you said if
Yes.
co-author is there, you'll explain the roles and responsibilities that this person has done that, that person
Corresponding
has
author.
done that. Yeah. Is it necessary that all the authors should be from the same stream?
Uh, no, it's not necessary because what happens sometimes multidisciplinary learning is research is also there, right? So what happens if you are working on nanoparticle, right? So physics person will be there, some you can say biomechanical or biochemistry person will be there, chemistry person will be there, right? And means all you can collectively do efforts to develop a research paper. There is no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Next is authorship, right? So I confirm the corresponding author have read the journal policy and submit this manuscript accordance with this those policies, right? So you need to confirm over here, right? So this confirmation will be done by corresponding author, right? Third party material, right? So if you have used third party material, then you need to specify over here all these things, right? So if you select yes, I have used the third party material, then you must be able to provide details over there in your manuscript, right? So citation is required, nothing else, right? Otherwise, just select no if you have not used, right? Data availability, right? So what happened? Suppose you are, as you can see, my manuscript contain tuberculosis detail, right? So tuberculosis data, definitely I am not able to develop that from my end, but I have taken that from any government platform, right? So in that case, you can mention over here, yes, I have research data to declare, and you can provide all that kind of details over here, right? Clear to everyone? And if it's not mentioned over here, right, then it must be mentioned in your manuscript, right? Clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay. Then acknowledgement. So if you want to give acknowledgement, then it's okay. Otherwise, leave it blank. Go with the next step. When you go with the next step, it will be the review one. Whatever detail you have filled on this platform, first go through that detail, right? So you can first you can see the manuscript is over added over here, right? If you think that this manuscript is different one, then you can see the drop down arrow. Click on that, you are able to download your research paper, your manuscript, right? And then detail. So article is research article, right? If anything is required to be corrected over here, then you can see edit button is given. So click on that, you will redirect to that page, right? See, you will redirect to direct detail page, right? Understood now? And come back to the review one, right? And then author detail, if you think that this again, edit button is given, you can edit all these things. All the confirmations are given. Share your work as a preprint, right? So this is an optional one, right? If you think that once I will submit my research paper on this journal and it will get published, then you can give permission to this research square, right? What happened? whatever document you are submitted right now, right, that will be directly going to be uploaded in one platform that is known as Research Square, and it will be available to everyone, right? So it is known as preprint, right? Before publication, it is under review process. So researcher, without waiting anything, right? Researcher can read this as well as they can give citations as well. Understood now to your research paper, right? But I generally avoid these things. I will not use these kind of things, right? So just keep no. We don't want to post our report as a preprint at this time, right? Understood now? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt up to this? Now here you can see submit manuscript. It is given. So what you can do now? You can submit this. Once you submit, you will receive confirmation email that your research paper is already submitted to this. And please check and all these kind of things, right? And next is if you want to see, right? Once you log out from this, if you want to see, then you need to log in through your email ID and password, use your password. Now here you can see your work. So now published work you can see that once your research paper will publish that, and that one is linked with this email ID, then you are able to see that things, right? It must be linked with your email ID. That's why I'm telling you that email IDs, keep your primary email ID over here, right? And you will be able to receive, and you are later on you are able to see published work. So what happens sometimes, like their research paper means author don't know and their research paper is published, but now they are not aware where to download their research paper, right? So here you can see, you can download your research paper from this, right? And suppose right now it is in the peer review process, so you can click on this submission progress, right? Let me show you that also by submitting this, right? So I have submitted this. Thank you for submitting, right? You can track your progress using this as well. So currently they have received. You can see track over here, right? All this thing is given. Even submission ID and everything is given, right? Now, when you click on this, go to submission progress, submission in progress. When you see your submission in progress, it is given, right? Now, what we are going to do, if you don't want to, means it is already submitted, right? Let's see our about our process, right? So instead of this, show history. So this will show you the submission process, history and everything. Now, right now, this one is already submitted, right? So I won't be able to take it back, right? Understood now? Is this clear to everyone? How I submitted and everything? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear.
sir.
And if you required any help from this, then contact detail for on this Stranger Nature is given, right? So you can email all these things, right? Yeah, this one is not there. Review. If you have done any review of research paper, then it will show up over here, right? Otherwise, what we can do, uh, manage your account. You can change your, what you can say, detail of password and everything, right? Next one is, let me see if I am able to delete my progress submitted article or not. So submitted is there. Now I am not able to delete this right now. It's okay because it's my paper. So don't worry. So I hope you are clear to this, right? Later on, I will going to what you can say, send an email that this one is for demo purpose. No need to publish this, right? So I hope this submission process is clear to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
So okay, now let's go for the next one. And see, right now I have used the different email ID, so no need to worry about me because I have used a different email ID. for submission. My primary email ID is the different one where I'm generally using for publication. So anything will happen, then nothing will going to much going to be create any problem for my account, right? So, but please don't do this because I have done, but this is just for demonstration purpose, right? Now let's go for the next one, that is Elsevier. The same I will going to submit over means I will going to submit over here. So what I will going to do again, I will going to paste abstract. Next one. Now these are the journals through which I can publish my research paper. All the journals are available over here, right? You can see. Right? So this right now it shows that this one is the correct one and is suitable to me. Right? Let me take verification. Let me choose few journals from this. So as per the impact factor, I will select one or two to three. Sorry, two to four, and submission in decision in first 5 to 10 days. Right? Okay. Next one is, let me click on this submit paper. So now it's not redirect to the original paper. So let me take another journal, this one. Again, the platform is not working right now, as I think so. Let me go through the journal. So submit your article, right? See, this journal is there. And here on this side, you can see about the journal and all the details, aim and scope, editorial board and everything, right? Now here you can see the site score as well as impact factor is given, right? So now you click on submit your article, click on this submit your article button, right? Now, if you have account, then you can proceed with that. Otherwise, you can log in through your ORCID ID. Otherwise, simple do registration, right? So Jitendra Panchal, and suppose I am using the same email ID over here. Continue. Now, once you continue, right, you need to provide your username. So generally, I keep my username as my email ID so that it's easy to remember. Then password. And then you need to provide the basic details, personal information. See here, whatever grade and star you need to provide. It is compulsory, right? Rest you can skip, right? So here email ID is there, name is everything is there. Mobile number, degree, and if you want, you can write down. Otherwise, it's okay. Currently, I'm not going to attach my ORCID ID over here. It's okay. Position and everything, if you want, you can provide. Otherwise, simply go with the initial step, that is select country. Available as a reviewer. If you want to review other research paper, then you can mention yes or no, right? If you mention yes, then uh, any paper submitted to this journal, they will send it to you for review process, right? Now here, as you can see, areas of interest or expertise, if you want, then you can include over here. Otherwise, you can skip, right? Continue. Once you continue, you can see over here, you need to provide this consent, right? And continue. Now they will send me an email regarding the registration process. So let's see whether it is there or not. This one paper is already submitted. Go to login page. Now enter as an author login, right? So once you enter as an author login, you can see your name is over here. Your profile is already created, right? And before proceeding with anything, right, they are asking for, means you need to provide your consent regarding this two questions. So click on this. If you want, you can provide your response, otherwise it's okay, right? You can simply see, declare that I don't want to prefer, right? Otherwise you can select whatever detail you want to give, right? You are from which country, how come, right? The race, no need to declare, submit it, right? Once it is submitted, you will be redirected to the journal page. Now you can continue. Now next is here you can see new submission and all this kind of detail is given. So start with this one, submit new manuscript, right? Are you able to understand these things? Now here you can see your account is created, author detail, username and all the things are given. If you want, you can update your information over here. Otherwise, you can start directly over here submitting your research paper, right? So first is select article type, just like the Springer nature, it is given, right? Now here it is not mandatory to provide your ORCID ID, right? So you can proceed further, right? Otherwise, sometimes it is mandatory to link your ORCID ID. Now here, attach file, and here you can see the instructions. So please, these instructions are similar to Springer nature, but few changes are there. So if you want to see what are the requirements for LaTeX file, you can click on this and you can download the details, right? Similar like Springer nature. And otherwise, you can start submitting your manuscript. So first, select your main manuscript. When you select and upload this, the remaining file they will going to ask later on after successful upload of this research paper, right? So here you can see I have uploaded this file. Now here you can see require following submission. So manuscript is submitted right now. Now next is source file, right? LaTeX and everything. If you have Word file, then Uh, right now, if you are not going to submit this, then it won't let you go ahead with the submission process, right? So what you can do, you can select the source file. If you have, you can select. Then here you can see browse, right? Right now, I don't have anything. So what I will going to do, uh, on the blank page, you can write down no source file required, right? Like this one. On blank page, you can write down simple no source means you can write down the manuscript or the article contains all the detail, hmm, no source file required. You can write down this and simply you can upload this file, right? So once it is done, you can see both are green, right? If you have source file, you can upload that also. Otherwise, you can upload same manuscript. There is no problem as well, right? Because your manuscript contain all the details, right? And now if you want to change, suppose anyhow, these two things are interchanged, right? Instead of manuscript, source file is uploaded, or in source file, manuscript is uploaded, or other file is uploaded, you can select this and you can remove from this. And again, you can drop down, you can select the whatever document you want to upload, browse it again and upload it. Clear? I hope this is clear to everyone up to this.
Yes, sir.
Right? So once it is done, then go proceed further. Reviewer reference, if you want to provide reviewer, generally they won't consider our reviewer, whatever we have provided. So leave it as it is, no problem. Now additional information. So you need to read this detail and you need to provide, right? Yes, the paper falls within the aim and scope of the journals, just like the stringent nature. They have other kind of format. And next is, yes, I have confirmed and mentioned all the organizations that funded my research article, right? So please select the uh, response, right? So you need to first of all read this, right? So let me select yes, otherwise you can select no. This is again code availability statement. So yes, it is already there in the, what you can say, manuscript. Free preprint service. So no, we don't require any kind of preprint service, right? And answer for this, to complete your submission, you must select the statement of availability of data. So no data was used for describing this. The data has already been used in confidential. Do not have permission to share, right? Data will be made available on request that you can select, right? Or uh, the author are unable to say this, right? So the data is already been confidential, right? So that you can use any select, means you can select any option from this list, right? So those, let me select right now this one. Now you can proceed further. Enter comment, it is optional one, it is not mandatory, so you can skip. Now it will take few times and fetch all the details, right? Just like this Spring Nature. It will fetch title of the manuscript, abstract, keywords, and author detail, funding information, everything it will going to be fetched over here. If it will not, then you can see below this it is mentioned that please enter manually, right? So here it is mentioned enter data manually. So you can enter data manually as well by canceling this, right? So we have been unable to extract information. So what you can do now here, if it is there, then proceed manually, right? Manually, you can use manuscript, copy your title, paste it over here. Next, select your abstract. Then next is keywords. So keywords are here. So you can select and paste it over here. Right now, remember one thing, keywords are separated by semicolon, but it was not. So I need to use semicolon over here. And as I'm using semicolon, you can see the first one considered as a one keyword and the rest are as a two keyword, right? So as I'm going to replace comma by semicolon, the number of keyword will going to be increased. Now it is 3 right? Next one is this one. Now it's 4. This one is now 5, right? Next. So here you can see author details, anyhow it is fetched, right? So it's okay, right? If you want to add other authors, you can add over here by clicking on add author, right? You need to provide details of that author, institution, email ID, last name, first name, and everything, right? Whether it is a corresponding author or not, from this you need to select, right? Otherwise, by default, the first author will be the same. That is, first author will be the same as the first as well as corresponding author. Right? As I am the only one author in this manuscript, so this becomes first author as well as corresponding author. Clear? Right? Next one is funding information. Right? If you don't have any kind of funding, then just simple click on this. Funding information is not available. Right? If they ask you, please provide funding details. Simply say we don't. Means there are no currently funding for this. Right? It is mentioned over here. This declaration. Otherwise, what you can do by clicking on this add a funding detail, you can add funding details. That is funder name, award number, grant amount received. Right? Otherwise, keep as it is. Now, once you complete this, right, the PDF file, the author information is incomplete, right? So I need to come back to the author information. What is the problem over here that I need to select? Let me edit this. So let's see. Yes, institute is missing. So you can add institute. See, in drop down, all the details are there, so I can select this corresponding author. Now, once it is done, then save. Now you can see that red symbol was gone, is gone right now, right? So now you can proceed further. So now here you can see save and submit later. So whatever procedure till now you have done, right, it will be saved in the platform. And if you want to submit, you can submit later on, right? Otherwise, you can go for build PDF for approval, right? So this will start your submission process, right? So publication options. So again, if you want to publish open access, that means you are going to charge APC charges, right? Open access or submission base. So there are two options. If you click on open access, this much amount you need to pay, right? Otherwise, just go with the subscription base. So save and return. So I will not going to pay any charges for publication. So APC charges are zero. Now you can proceed further. Now, once you proceed, it will start building your PDF, right? So here you can see below all the details are there. Now it will take time, right? Here you can see building PDF, right? So meanwhile, whatever the stages are there, once it will complete PDF, then again you will receive the email in your account, right? That PDF is completed. So please refer it and please confirm your submission, right? Are you getting my point or not? Till now, any doubt? Yes. Is there any doubt of whatever we have done up to this?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is very low.
Yeah, so my signal is a bit not good.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
A little bit, ma'am.
How many journals we can publish? Can we publish the same article in all one or two journals, or no, one journal, one publication?
First submit in one journal and then wait for their decision, right? Once it is accepted in the first one, then go with that journal. If it is rejected, then you can submit to other journal, right? Even don't do parallel submission to any other journals, right? Once if you submit in the same article over here and in the other journal, then it will create problem for you only.
Okay. So one article should be published only in one journal at a time.
Means submission process must be in the one journal first of all. And if decision is there from that first journal, then you can go for the second one.
Okay.
But wait for the decision.
Okay. As you said, if it is not published, then we can try in the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, what is the process of withdrawal of any research paper? Suppose if we submit in a journal and we didn't get any acceptance yet, so how can we withdraw the paper?
So in that case, what you can do, right? Here, right now, it is not reflecting, right? But action link is given, right? Once this PDF is generated, this action link will be available. And through this, what you can do, you can send an email to them. Right here, you can see this button is there, right? Action link. So as right now, this platform is building PDF, right, of our submission. That's why it takes much time. Otherwise, you will receive over here that email ID, means email to send them to the editorial board, right? And in that email, you can mention that now I want to withdraw my paper.
Means we need to separately request on email, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now here you can see this instead of building PDF, you can see need approval, right? So once you approve this, then and only then it will proceed further, right? Otherwise, it won't, right? Now here you can see in action link, when you click on this, now action links are available, right? See, view submission, edit submission, approve submission, remove submission. You can remove also, right? View reference checking result, right? You can also check whether your references are good or not, what kind of references are accepted and rejected, that you can also decide. And here you can see send an email. Email is also available. So if you think that it takes much time, now I want to withdraw my research paper, you can send email to them through this portal, no problem. Clear? Any doubt?
Thank you, sir. Correct.
Okay, so now if you want to submit paper, if you are not going to view submission, you won't be able to submit your research paper, right? So you need to definitely review this PDF, right? So download this, review your PDF, then and only then you are able to submit your research paper, right? Everything is mentioned over here, right? Clear? Now this is generated. Now you are able to submit this. You need to accept this, then it will be submitted, right? And if you want to approve, then you can approve this, right? Right now, I'm not going to submit this, so I will going to remove this entire submission. Okay. So when you want to remove this, you can see now detail is given. A non-integer order has been removed. This article is removed, right? So now you can go to main menu. When you go to main menu, you can see no detail is available. You can start your press submission, right? So this is all about Elsevier journal, right? And it's already 9:06, right? Shall I proceed with Taylor and Francis? Because again, they will also use the same platform and all the procedure remains same as I given with over here. Same with the stringent nature as well, right? So I request everyone try to submit any document to Taylor and Francis portal, right? Just like I have submitted my paper in two different journals. You can try by your end also, from your end also, right? Can you do this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Okay, so it's already 9:07, right? If it is possible, then I can show you that also.